I think at the last count here at Overdivest Nurseries, we're growing close to 2,000 different varieties of plants. All sorts of beautiful things, from the hardy, tried and true varieties that have been around a long time, to the choicer and unusual ones, and also ones that have very choice colors. And if there's one color in the plant spectrum that's very choice, it is of course blue. And here on the corner of this wagon, I have 3 plants that have the most wonderful blue flowers. But besides that, they have other attributes as well. Let me tell you first about the plant here on my left. This is a variety of Brunnera that was developed at Walter's Gardens in Michigan, and I love this one because it's nice and vigorous for a Brunnera, that is. And then in late spring and early summer, when it flowers, it produces these gorgeous forget-me-not like flowers that have a lovely color of true blue, and that's what the choice is. You get kind of purples and things like that, but to get blue flowers is really very special. Now this variety is only just beginning to get going here in the pots, but whenever it does, it'll produce nice big bold leaves that, as you see, are silvery with this very distinctive veining in the middle of the leaves. It's really nice and vigorous, gets to about 12-14 inches or so high and spreads out to about 18 inches to maybe 2 foot wide, making a nice big bold clump for a partially shaded or shady site. And that's the other special thing I wanted to tell you about these plants, because as well as having blue flowers, they've also got the ability to grow well in shade. And the final thing I wanted to mention about them in general terms is that all 3 are not bothered by deer normally. Now, the other Brunnera that I have here is one called Silver Heart. Now, this is one that was selected in the Netherlands, also nice and vigorous. You can see where the name came from. It's got this heart-shaped leaves that are silvery. This is also a nice vigorous grower. So while Brunneras take a while to get established normally, these 2 varieties will fill the space quicker and get off to a better start, particularly when you have nice, well-grown container ones like these. Again, just like sterling silver, this one carries lovely forget-me-not blue flowers that sit up nice and prominently above the silvery leaves. And then in the middle is this rather special variety of Corydalis. This is a new variety from England called Porcelain Blue. And this was selected at one of England's leading nurseries, Hillier's nurseries. And as you see, it has the most incredible blue flowers. Now, believe it or not, this plant it's a native to China, and it belongs to the same plant family as the bleeding hearts. It's got little ferny foliage that, again, deer normally don't bother with, and only grows about 12 to 14 inches high, and then carries lots of these beautiful blue flowers from late spring till the earlier part of the summer. Often we'll take a break in the middle of the summer, and then we'll come back again in the cooler weather of the autumn time of the fall. Now, all 3 plants, as I say, like to grow in partially shaded or shady conditions. That's really quite important, because it's sometimes tough to get plants that'll do well in those sort of situations. All 3 like to grow in soil that's free draining, but that's enriched with plenty of organic matter. So when you get these, dig a good sized hole and mix in plenty of planting compost, and then when you're finished, make sure to mulch around them, and that will help to get them off to a great start. Don't be alarmed if you get the Corydalis and it goes into a little bit of summer dormancy. It sometimes does that and then kicks in again, as I say, and starts a new round of flowering going into the fall. So there you have 3 beautiful blue flowering perennials that are hardy, that will grow in will grow in shade or partially shaded situations, that also aren't bothered by deer.